Welcome to Purposefully Living. I'm Miriam K. Musonda-salati, and I'm so glad you're here. Today is special because you're not just listening to another episode, you're stepping into a journey of meaning, purpose, and legacy. This episode is based on my book, Identifying Your Purpose, A Journey of Meaning and Legacy. And the goal is simple: to help you understand why you exist, what you carry, and how to turn your calling into daily action with faith, wisdom, and real-life clarity. And because purpose is not something we discover alone, today I have two guests joining me, and together they're going to walk you through this episode with insight, honesty, and practical tools that will strengthen your faith and sharpen your direction. So wherever you are right now, take a deep breath, open your heart, and stay with us to the end, because what you're about to hear might be exactly what you've been praying for. Enjoy, and here are my guest speakers.
We are deep in the late night lab tonight, and honestly, the vibes, they're immaculate. We're tackling the big one, the question that keeps you up at 3 a.m. eating cold pizza.
Is it, why did I text my ex? Because I have the answer to that. And the answer is, you were lonely and hungry.
Close, but no. The question is, why am I here? Like, on Earth, not here in the studio. I know why you're here, Malik. You owe me $20.
That debt is forgiven in the spirit of tonight's topic, surely.
Nice try. Tonight, folks, we are diving into the concept of purposefully living, and we are using a very specific roadmap. We are discussing the book Identifying Your Purpose by the incredible Miriam K. Musonda-salati.
Yes, and let me tell you, Miriam is a powerhouse. We're talking about a UK Zambian gospel artist, a humanitarian who runs the BGSM orphanage in Zambia, and get this, she has a degree in criminology and psychology.
Which is a fascinating combo for a purpose coach. Usually, criminology is about finding out who did the crime. Miriam is using those skills to find out who is wasting their potential. She's like, "Officer, I'd like to report a murder of this man's destiny."
Exactly. She's basically Sherlock Holmes for your soul. But Miles, let's get into the technical breakdown of this, because in the book, she doesn't just say, follow your dreams and fly away on a rainbow.
Thank goodness. I hate ambiguous rainbow advice.
She actually breaks it down into what I call the intersection of clarity. She argues that your purpose is found at a four-way stop. You've got your passions, your gifts, the needs of the world, and your opportunities.
Okay, hold on. Let me process this. So if my passion is eating nachos and my gift is eating nachos quickly, but the world doesn't need fast nacho eating,
then that is a hobby, Miles, not a purpose. Miriam is very clear about this in the book. True purpose is not what benefits you most. It's what aligns you with design and contributes to others. If it stops at your stomach, it's not a calling.
ouch, that hit me right in the queso. But this brings up a huge point she makes about the voice of purpose. She says it speaks through pain, which sounds fun.
It's actually profound. This is where we get into that Viktor Frankl territory. You know Frankl, the man's search for meaning guy. He believed that despair is suffering without meaning. Miriam flips that and says your pain is actually data.
Data? Like a spreadsheet of sadness?
Kind of. She suggests that the struggles you survived are often the very thing you're called to help others navigate. If you survived a stormy sea, you're qualified to be a lighthouse. It's not just I hurt, it's I learned, so now I lead.
That is surprisingly practical. It reminds me of Miles Monroe. You can't talk about purpose without mentioning Monroe. He always said the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard, because so many people die with their books unwritten and sung unsung.
And Miriam channels that energy perfectly. In Identifying Your Purpose, she writes about the tragedy of success without purpose. She calls it busy dressed up, which is the sickest burn I've ever heard.
Busy dressed up. That's me in a tuxedo running late for a bus. But seriously, that's a huge cultural issue right now. We're obsessed with the hustle, right? But nobody asks where they're hustling to.
It's the latter problem. You climb the ladder of success only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. Miriam's book is basically asking you to check the wall before you start climbing.
Now, I want to pivot to something she talks about in her podcast, Purposefully Living, which is the concept of waiting seasons. Because I am terrible at waiting. If the microwave takes 3 minutes, I have an existential crisis.
Same. But she reframes waiting. She uses this biblical lens. Think of Moses or David. The waiting wasn't empty time. It was a dark room where the photo was developing. She argues that uncertainty isn't a sign of failure. It's an invitation to trust.
That's very Neville Goddard of her, too. The idea that you have to live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled before you see it. It's an internal work. If you can't be patient in the hallway, you won't be ready for the ballroom.
Look at you with the metaphors. But yes, she emphasizes that restlessness, that annoying feeling that you should be doing more, is actually the voice of purpose trying to wake you up. It's not anxiety, it's an alarm clock.
So when I feel restless, it's not just caffeine jitters, it's destiny knocking.
It could be both. But Miriam says you have to audit that feeling. Ask yourself, what angers you? What makes you cry? What problem in the world makes you want to flip a table? That's your assignment.
Table flipping, got it. So my purpose is in furniture demolition. No, but really, this ties into Napoleon Hill, right? The Think and Grow Rich philosophy. He talked about a definite chief aim. You can't hit a target you can't see.
Precisely. And Miriam adds a spiritual layer to that. She talks about divine threads. It's not just about what you want, which is the Hill approach. It's about what God designed. It's finding the blueprint that was already rolled up inside you.
It's like assembling IKEA furniture, but instead of throwing away the instructions and crying, you actually stop and read the manual.
And the manual is your identity. She has this great line about how we often try to reinvent ourselves, but purpose isn't about reinvention, it's about remembrance. You're remembering who you were designed to be before the world told you to be an accountant who hates math.
Hey, accountants are vital. But I get the point. If you're a bird, stop trying to be a submarine. You're gonna drown and you're gonna look silly doing it.
So true. And for anyone listening who feels stuck, Miriam's big takeaway is that purpose is available now. It's not a destination you reach when you're 80. It's in how you serve the person next to you today.
Small acts, big impact. I love that. All right, we've covered criminology, table flipping, IKEA, and spiritual blueprints. We really went everywhere tonight.
That's what happens when you explore a book this deep.
Absolutely. Folks, the book is Identifying Your Purpose by Miriam K. Musonda-salati. If you're feeling like a busy, dressed up kind of person, or if you're just tired of drifting, go check it out. It might just be the wake-up call you need.
And remember, your waiting season isn't wasted time. It's development time. Stay in the dark room until the picture is clear.
Beautifully said. Go find your lane, drive purposefully, and for the love of everything, use your turn signals. Good night, everybody.
Wow, what a powerful episode. A big thank you to my two guests for joining me today. Your insights were a true blessing. And thank you to every listener for being here. If this episode helped you, share it, subscribe, and come back for the next one. This is Purposefully Living with Miriam K. Musonda-salati. Stay encouraged, stay aligned, and until next time, keep living on purpose.